Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Welcome back to Cannon Fodder, the channel for Arsenal fans all over this world. Welcome to the morning segment on Saturday, UK time. I'm a little bit late, I know. I got some, actually, I was hoping that someone was going to be joining us, but I have to wait and see. A special guest. No, it's not Edu. It's not Edu. Not on a Saturday morning over here, anyway. At least I've got some more live news I need to be going through, and let's see what happens towards the end if I can get my special guest on. We'll have to wait and see. It's not Edu. I shall see you guys on the other side of this music intro for some more Arsenal live news. Yes, welcome back to Cannon Fodder, the channel for Arsenal fans all over this world. Welcome to the first segment of the day. Yes, a bit of a double header. I've got some news like now, and I'm going to be doing like a post game reaction. Post game reaction. Yeah, we'll play against Everton away from home. Let's see if we can get some 3 points. Have to wait and see. Yeah, guys, make sure you subscribe to Cannon Fodder TV. Share, hit the bell notification button so you can receive all the latest news on this channel. I say share because some people like to just keep the content to themselves. Yeah, Cannon Fodder TV. Make sure you look at it, share it. Look at it, comment, and share. Don't keep it all to yourselves, people. You've been told. Anyway, anyway, you can tell I'm on one, innit? God damn me. After the Easy Talk last night, it was a really good one. It was good to see the crazy gang back together again. Yeah. Don Larry, man. He came to fight. He came to fight. North Bank Ninja, and of course, the chairman of the board at Mube Guna. But guys, if you're not sure I'm talking about, go back on the platform. You can see these talk was last night we spoke about the captain's armband, the immunity. Does it give you the immunity not to be dropped? That's some other bits and pieces as well. Let's get into this segment of news. And the first bit of news, you probably know that you would have seen the thumbnail art. The thumbnail art. Bukayo Saka. And Bukayo Saka, like I said last night, and Ian Wright has pinpointed the same issue, like the same concern. We've got to be careful that we don't burn out this youngster. Only 18 stroke 19 years of age, and we're so reliant on him to be the shine light, show some kind of positivity. And yeah, man, got to give him. He's earned the break. He needs to have a break. But anyway, this report is coming out from which one? The Metro Online, and actually from some various outlets as well. And it's saying, "Took me under their wing." Bukayo Saka names the three Arsenal players that have really helped him. Speaking to the Stadium Astros YouTube channel, Bukayo Saka has named three senior players that have helped him develop at the club. The winger was being asked a multitude of questions during the interview, and inevitably the conversation became about breaking into the first team at such a young age. He was asked if there were any players that have been mentoring him, and he replied, "Well, there's many mentors. I can name a few: Aubameyang, David Luiz, Laka. All of them are good characters. That's as soon as you arrive, these are the big names that the kids look up to. They try to make you normal, try to make you normal, or try to make you feel normal." Not sure that doesn't sound right. Well, anyway, like you're one of them. They also took me under their wings and encouraged me, especially on the pitch. Whenever anything happens, they will come and support me, tell me, and encourage me. So I'm grateful to all of them. So, yeah, Uber, David Luiz, and Lacazette. That's what it says here. I'm not making it up, man. I'm not making it up. That's what it says here. What's the other bit of news? Oh, yeah. Today we're playing against Everton. Look at Ancelotti looking quite happy with himself. Looks like they're hand in hand, doesn't it? Yeah, but that wasn't my intention. But anyway, ahead of the game today, of course, Arsenal playing against Everton away from home. There's some news you take it as you hear it. Everton will be without James Rodriguez and Allen for today's Premier League clash against Arsenal. On top of his boss, Carlo Ancelotti confirmed the double injury blow during the pre-match press conference on Friday afternoon, and must now devise a plan without two of the summer signings. Meanwhile, Fabian Delph is also out, but Everton can welcome back captain Seamus Coleman after 5 games on the sidelines with a thigh injury. Carlo Ancelotti goes on to say Allen had a problem on his hamstring, and we don't know exactly how many games he will be out for. And but the games in this period he is not going to play. So again, I'm not falling for that one, man. I'm not falling for that one. Don't get lowered in a false sense of security there. Just because they're missing both their players there, yeah, that's going to be their motivation. It's for Arsenal to take advantage of that. But for me, I'm thinking, I'm not falling for that. I'm not falling for that. Yeah, they're 2 men down, and we should be taking advantage of that. But look at Arsenal. Can't even win at home, much less go into Goodson Park and getting a win. Can they? Anyway, and the last bit of news. What was the last bit of news? The last bit of news, I forgot to get this up, is about Martinelli. Where is the youngster? Can't find him now. Gabriel. I can't find him. But anyway, there appears to be some positivity coming out from Mikel Arteta. Yeah, where is he? Can't find him. There he is. There's a youngster. There he is. Yeah, Gabriel Martinelli could be set for a surprise return to the first team today against Goodison Park. Well, that's what some Arsenal fans think anyway. In an attempt to build up his fitness, the forward was due to play in the under-23s last night, but against Leicester City, but he wasn't even on the bench. Didn't feature. And so people are jumping on the bandwagon. Didn't feature on under-23, so it must mean that he's going to be playing today against Everton. For me, I think it's probably a game or two too soon for him. I don't want to see Gabriel Martinelli play today. I don't, as much as I'm excited to see him come back at some stage, but for me, it's like we're in like panic mode. Bring him back. He can like ignite. No. I don't want to see him. I don't want to see him play today against Everton. I don't want to see that. So guys, that has been the news of today. Like I said, I'm actually outside the old Highbury Stadium. And if you believe that, you believe anything. Let me go into the live chat and see who's joining me this morning. Got Colin Young. Good morning, Colin. I hope you are well, my friend. I'm refusing to discuss Xhaka or William anymore. They are going on the list with the other players not to be mentioned for me. Yeah, I agree. Just kind of really tired. Sorry, I kind of fired things up with them. No, that's all right. My answer to who is should have been at the time would have been not hand it out. Honestly, if it had to be issued, it would have been Saka. Yeah, but don't worry about it, man. We enjoy the interaction, and there couldn't be no Canal 4 TV if we didn't have the subscribers. So, Colin, behave yourself. There's no need to apologize for that, man. There's no need to apologize. If I had been in Arteta's position, I would. It would have been very easy for me, as Emi Martinez would not have left the club. He would have stayed and been my number one keeper with that captain's armband. Ideally, yeah. Ideally, yes. That would have been one of my. Let's say my first choice. No, it would. I mean, Martinez wouldn't have been my first choice, but looking how things have been this season, I will clearly just strip Auba of the armband and give it to Martinez. You know the reasons? The reasons are below. More communicative. He instills confidence in the defense there. He's a great communicator. Period. But yeah. Ashton Bronze Dotter says, yes, we need to arrest Saka. We don't need another Wilshere. Absolutely. Absolutely. You know, as much as I think he was our best signing last season, forget about, you know, Auba signing the Ting and Thomas Partey and Gabriel. For me, Saka, because there was, if you guys remember, there was a point where we're thinking, oh, is he going to sign? He's not. He's going to go to Man United, and he eventually signed. And for me, he was the best signing of last season, the best signing. And look, how many times he's turned up. You know, he's not consistent because he's only 18 stroke 19 years of age, so he's still learning the game. He's still learning. Sorry, guys, about this. But I'm really fearful because he took a blow on the knee against Southampton. I was thinking, oh my goodness. And there was a game as well, a couple of games before that, where he took a serious blow on the knee area. I was thinking, all right, okay, ligament damage. And he came back, but we need to give him a break. He's well deserving of a break now. How is it that we've got an 18 stroke 19-year-old almost showing up for all the games where you would have thought that's the senior player's job, you know, to be like the role model, but not so. Not so. But yeah, we need to give him a break. Brian Nielsen, good morning to you, my friend. Rotation is crucial. Saka needs rest, and a few others as well. A lot of them, man. A lot of them. Kossi says, can I join, Alex? No. Like I said, send me a message in my DM, and we can talk about that. I don't just, unless it's planned. I don't invite people on. Sorry, Kossi. Yeah, we need to talk about it. We need to be in communication and see, you know, where we can fit everyone in. But, you know, there's been quite a few people, Kossi, who's done the same thing, you know, but there's a small waiting list. But yeah, very rarely do I say, oh yeah, this person wants to come on. Let's get no. You need to send me a DM and we can talk about getting you on a Cannon Foy TV. But yeah, where was I? Agree, Alex. A risk of a new injury is high. Get him fit and ready. Amazing how you can be outside the stadium dressed. Right, you know, I'll tell you what, Brian. In the beginning of the lockdown, you know, the school I worked at, it was in West London, and they closed down. And for the first 2 weeks, I was at home, like twiddling my fingers and thumbs. But then I usually, when the half-term break comes, I do like respite work where I support a boy who's severely autistic. So I was doing that. But that job started like early afternoon, like the 1-2 o'clock. So from the morning until that time, I was thinking, okay, what am I going to do? And then the bell just kind of rang. Nah, but actually, you could be doing like morning segments. And I tell you what, back then, the guys, I mean, I probably lost, you know, most of them because I stopped doing that once I went back to my regular job. But the morning segments were a real joy, Brian, a real joy to do. And like it was upwards of like thousands, like 2,000-3,000 viewers at any one time, although we're close to that now. But I'll never forget the comment. And it came from another podcast. I can't remember the name, the podcaster's name. But he said to me, oh, you know what? Where you are now, you're outside the Emirates, but why don't you use the green screen? I was thinking, I am using green screen. You think I'm actually outside the Emirates every single morning? But yeah, thank you for that. In my t-shirt. Oh, dearie me. And mind you see it's got the California TV logo on. Only 5 were made. Only 5 t-shirts. But if you wanted one, just send us an email and we'll sort you out with one. Where was I? Oops. Keith says, morning, for a team that is always harping about to its glory days, why do you think it's brushed under the carpet the fact that we have been in top flight for 100 years? Keith, thank you for coming to the live chat. With our recent history, you know, we've been out of the Champions League for, I think, is this the 4th season? And we've been in Europa League, and I got a funny feeling this time round it's going to be the last time we're going to feature in the Europa League for a long time. And the point I want to try and make is that we are quickly becoming a club just holding on to the history. Our history is what's keeping us going. And we're still an attractive option for some players coming from other clubs, coming from European clubs. But there's only so much of that history we can hold on to. It's time for a new era at Arsenal, but it's not going to happen anytime soon. But yeah, you're right. 100 years, in top flight football. But is it going to come to an end? I hope not. I hope not. But Keith, thank you for coming into the live chat this morning. Is there any news on potential transfers out and any chance of a show on half-term reports on Arsenal's loanees? Yeah, I think what I will do, Ashton, I will do that in January. I'm not going to do that. I do 1 or 2 videos. You probably would have seen. Oh, you saw. I did the Isco coming to Arsenal. It won't happen. It won't happen. So I do the odd so-called transfer video, in regards to players who are linked to Arsenal. But in regards to players like going, I did it during the transfer window. But yeah, I'll do it again. I'll do it again. Yeah, no, there's no problem there. There's no problem there. Alex, fans think the midweek draw will steer us up, but I don't think so. What do you think? It's a difficult one. It's a difficult one, Kossia, because for me, the club, the current situation where we're in the Europa League, and I got to tell you now, I do enjoy watching the European Cup games. I know people say, "Oh, but it's a Thursday night, and we're playing against teams that oh my goodness, we've never heard of." But anything to get some kind of momentum going with these guys there, and get some interest back at the club with the fans, because I haven't been able to go back to the stadium, have we? But any source of continuity and togetherness and confidence as well. The Europa League, I'll happily have that. I'll happily have that. But midweek draw. I don't know, man. I don't know. Arsenal, we're all over the place, But Kossi, yeah, I think that's a good question, man. Yeah, I probably need to give you a little bit more substance to that question there. Whoops. Yeah, great story. That was just so funny, man. I was thinking, you actually think I'm outside the Emirates? Does it look that good? You think I wake up every morning to go outside the Emirates to actually set my camera? Yeah, I think I'll stick with the green screen. Some Arsenal fans seem to be jumping on the Overmars in Edu out bandwagon. That makes no sense because it is now easier to sign players from outside the EU than players whom are in. Yeah, actually, we had James Rowe on the other day. Was it Wednesday? He was saying just that. People are jumping on that bandwagon. Oh, Overmars coming, and he lives in Holland, and he said literally, there's nothing, there's no talk about Overmars, leaving. Nah. Yeah, but you're right. It's a lot more easier. Ah, dear. Actually, maybe we need to get you onto the Easy Talk as well sometime in the future. Good day, Alex. Chuff that Florence Newton has been promoted to the first team medical team. So far, the injuries has been speedily dealt with. Coming up from the academy was a huge heads up for her. Yeah, and you know what? The funny thing is as well, that apart, I was doing the player profile segments, but there's only so much I can do on my own. And the player profile segment would be talking about the history of players, both male and female, who played for Arsenal over the last 40 and maybe 50 years. And I do miss doing that segment there, because for me, as an Arsenal fan of like 40 odd years, I don't know everything. I don't know all the history of Arsenal, but yeah, for me, I do want to try and get a female contributor on Canon 40, which I've been trying for the last 2 years. And I'm hoping maybe we might have a guest coming on here, a female guest. We'll have to wait and see. But even more so is to do more content based around Arsenal ladies, all the players there. You know, we've done some segments on Arsenal ladies there, but yeah, I need to be schooled in the women's football as well. But that's a good shout actually, Cyril, my friend. I hope you're well, and I haven't said it before, but thank you for becoming a paid up member on Canon 4 TV. I really do appreciate that. Yes, the players need wins, and if we get them in Europa League or other games, doesn't matter. A win builds confidence, yeah, and that's what we're lacking before anything else. You know that there is a saying that confidence always wins. Boy, are Arsenal lacking in confidence and leadership, and real proper leadership. I don't know. Maybe I'm just too old school. I'm just thinking a leader, in the sense of the word, has to be someone who will do something. How can I say this? He won't ask somebody else to do something that he's not willing to do himself. So if a captain is asking the players, "Come on, please defend. You've got to run back," that has got to be something that the captain is willing to do himself. He's got to be a model. He's got to be a role model for everybody else there. But now we see people saying, "Oh, well, you know what? Maybe by his actions, he's a leader." For me, no. For me, a leader has to be doing the right thing, saying the right thing, and showing the example of the right thing. And for me, Alba is not that. Aubameyang is not that. I would relieve him of the captain's armband, but hey, what do I know? What do I know? So just another reminder that 7:30 p.m. UK time, I'll be doing a post-game reaction, Everton versus Arsenal. So make sure, guys, that you join me for that. It should be interesting. I'm not going to give you a prediction. I don't want to give a prediction. I don't want to give a prediction. You guys might get upset. You might get very, very upset with me. Arnie, good morning, morning, my friend. I hope you're well. Morning. Not been commenting lately, but still keeping up. A quick hello, and wanted to ask whether you saw Evra on Sky Sports saying Jonah turned off the TV when he saw Xhaka was captain at one time. Yes, I spoke about that. I spoke about that. If he's doing that, imagine how everybody else is feeling about having Xhaka not only as captain but still playing at Arsenal. The unforgivable. The unforgivable. Yeah, one thing is like to throw the captain's armband, I think, to Alba, but it's a completely different thing when you've got someone taking off the shirt and throwing the shirt. So he doesn't really care. But yet, where is he? Where is he? He still plays for Arsenal. He still plays for Arsenal. You've got to draw the line somewhere, and so, I will say for the 100th time, when you've got a new manager coming and saying, these players, for me, it doesn't matter what they did 2 weeks ago, 2 seasons ago. With me, they start with a new slate. No, because these same players fell towards the end of Arsene Wenger's reign, failed under Unai Emery's reign and got him sacked, and they're doing the behavior patterns. And the funny thing is as well, actually, I didn't want to speak about it last night. 2 players allegedly are wanting Arteta out. Who are they? Allegedly, David Luiz. Allegedly, Willian. Allegedly. You've got to change the culture at the club. And so it calls for, difficult, decisions have to be made. If you're in a position of leadership, it's not going to be a cakewalk. It's not an easy thing to be a leader. So in that position there, you have to make difficult decisions. And for me, it would mean not having, players of a certain age, on humongous amount of wages, players with a negative and loser mentality, players who think they're just coming over here to use Arsenal like a cash cow, like our owner. Got to make difficult decisions. You're not there, to be, best friends. It's not a popularity competition, Mikel Arteta. So difficult times, yeah, calls for difficult decisions. But Yeah, Granit Xhaka, man. Granit Xhaka. God, dearie me. Class leadership, hunger, hustle, play for the badge. Period. Period. And I get it because I've been working for the longest time in my working adult life, and I have had bouts of where I'm feeling down. I'm thinking, oh, I can't get motivated. But these players, they're not youngsters. They're on so much money, and the motivation has to come from within. The belief has to come from within. If you don't believe in yourself, how do you expect somebody else to believe in you? If you can't motivate yourself, how do you expect somebody else to motivate yourself? A very, very quick, anecdote. In certain parts of North London, there's poverty, but you see the really nice buildings in new development, and people still live, in bad conditions. Doesn't matter if it's a plush apartment or a plush house, unless you can give the person or show the person a good image, a positive image of themselves, it's not going to make one bit of difference. So we're looking for a change of culture at Arsenal. How long is that going to take? Serious, guys, I'm looking about 5 years to change the culture at Arsenal. The culture is disgusting. It's stinking out the place. And that also includes giving the youngsters a chance. I have so many debates with, the guys who come onto the Easy Talk. They have their opinion, I have my opinion. But how is it possible? When we played against Southampton, somebody said to me, "Oh, did you see the bench?" I said, "What you talking about? Did I see the bench?" There was not one youngster on the bench. Not one youngster was named on the bench. That sends a negative message to everybody else. You've got to give these youngsters hope. They are bursting. They've been knocking on the door for the longest time. So that's what I'm saying. The culture at Arsenal has to change. Difficult times calls for difficult decisions. And it means you're going to upset somebody. It's going to happen. Go back into the live chat. Sorry about that, guys. Alex, that's not old school. It's the same in football. Work, school, friends, etc. And I agree. It's universal and ageless. I don't know. I do laugh about, was it last week or week before? I say, no, come on, guys. I'm going to manage Arsenal. Who's in for me? Who's going to be supporting me? And it's just so funny to see that, guys were saying, oh, I could be the coach for show players how to throw in the ball, someone who can collect the cones, someone who can be behind the scenes actually, putting his players up the wall and say, hey, come on. But it does call for a new culture at Arsenal, Brian. We're in need of a new culture. But it's not going to really happen or start unless it starts from the top and filters down. Majide says, hi, Alex. Good morning to you. Gary says, morning, Alex. Morning to you, Gary. I hope you're well, my friend. This someone says a question. Do you believe that the older supporters are finding it difficult to understand what the new Arsenal are doing, as we have been spoiled by seeing success? Yeah, and also as well, the introduction of our social media, and I know I'm part of social media. I know it. I know. And so with that comes with a sense of responsibility. And that's why I say to you, when I try and do the player profile segment, when I talk about players who play for Arsenal 40 or 50 years, even for me, it's an eye opener. I was thinking, oh, I didn't know this information. Oh, I didn't know that. But you're right, because we've been spoilt to a certain extent, and we have that history there, it's difficult. It's difficult to see when we've got certain players who are not fighting for the badge, who are not running, who won't give and run at their guts. So yeah, even for me, I've been supporting, Arsenal for X amount of years. I do find it difficult now to watch Arsenal, the new Arsenal, what they're trying to do, how they're playing. But I would far rather have an ugly win, a 1-0 to the Arsenal, 1-0 to the Arsenal. Then pretty football, and we lose. I don't mind that. We're in a results business, the big W. But yeah, it's dear. Sport by success. So a former Arsenal player will fire a former Arsenal captain because a former Chelsea player said so. Gary, that's really good. I like that one. I'll give it a comment of the morning so far in the live chat. That's a good one. I like that. Senior players are not this club's strong point. Currently, best class examples are young and haven't been here long or from our youth academy. We need to get Mikel Arteta on Channel 4 TV, man, so we can read all his comments to him. Either that or to Edu or Vinay. Any chances Emerson Ferraro Bellingham on the bench? Nelson, Willock, Cedric. Gary, your guess is as good as mine. I really couldn't tell you. You know, back in the day, you had a general idea, you know, what the formation was going to be, a general idea of what players were going to be in a starting 11, because they would be producing the results or getting the results more often than not. Because not all clubs or teams can win, you know, unbeaten unless you're an invincible. So almost said invincible. But that is a underlying problem there, that you just don't know who's going to be on the bench and who the starting 11 is going to be. Big problem. If you could bring back any one player, manager, coach from Arsenal's past to help out with the present situation, who would you choose? I've had different variations of this question. The other question was, which player would you bring back to play in the current squad? And I always said it would be a captain. So either take Patrick Vieira or Tonez, because we don't have a captain. George Graham. I'll go for George Graham. Because I'm absolutely sure he would sit down Mikel Arteta and say, "Hey, the Scottish accent. What are you doing? What are you doing? This is what I did. Try and attain that level over there." Also, that wasn't a Scottish accent, but yeah, for me, George Graham. There was a big game in 30 minutes from Iran Asian Championship League final, the childhood club which I support. Okay. From my country, I've always supported Arsenal and Persepolis. Is that right? Persepolis. Both wear the red too. Okay. I've got to check that out actually on the internet. Patrick, that's my name, Keith. Yeah, I'll go for George Graham. This forum Canon for is getting better and better. Thank you so very much, Cyril. You're too kind, man. You're too kind. Trust this process. Let's all unite today. If Arsenal win, we will win. Subscriptions will rise. Wishing you all a present day. Cyril, thank you so very much for those words. I always say it's all well and good that, you know, we've got people making small donations or buying pieces of merchandise, and doing the super chat. But the words, as much as words can harm and hurt people, those words there can elevate people, you know, in their lives and motivate them. So thank you so very much for that. This forum, Canon Point, is getting better and better. Trust this process. Let's all unite today. If Arsenal win, we'll win. Subscriptions will rise. Wishing you all a pleasant day. Listen, Cyril, you to yourself have a really good day, and make sure you join me for the post-game reaction. Everton versus Arsenal. Do you think Arsenal have British players registered to check a box and not to actually play them? It's a possibility. I've read that somewhere else before, or someone made a comment about that, because there is a certain quota of British players that we've got to have on our books, and a certain quota of foreign players, whether it's from, you know, the EU, the European Union, or from across the world. But I need to check that up actually. I need to follow that up. That's going to be another piece of homework I need to follow up on. I know we all want to see Martinelli tonight, but I think we shouldn't rush him back from injury. We don't want another party scenario. Absolutely, absolutely. It's no. But you know what scares me, Majid? Do you know what scares me? Because I do get the impression that Mikel Arteta does get in panic mode, and I'm just kind of scared that he might bring back Martinelli as a panic. There's no need to rush him back. No need. But definitely Saka he's deserving of a rest. Definitely. That's a smooth. Yes, I agree 100%. I could also talk for an hour about easing young players into a senior team, send a message to youngsters at a club. There was a path, crucial to have that carrot. Absolutely. Yeah, James Rowe, I said to him maybe last month that if my son, or my son is like in his 30s now, but if my son was maybe uh, 7 or 8 and Arsenal came calling for my son, I would say thanks, but no thanks. Thanks, but no thanks, because I can see how you've been treating these players there. These put out. For me, I get the impression that it's a lot more easier to put the youngsters out on loan or sell the youngsters than put the senior squad players or sell the senior squad players. And then we say, oh, why can't we sell these players? Or why can't we put it out on loan? And then Arsenal come and say, well, actually, we have. We've been putting players out on loan. We've sold players. You have, but the majority of them have been youth team players. But yeah, for me, yeah, I wouldn't want my son. If my son was, of that age, I wouldn't want him to come to Arsenal. I just, yeah, yeah. The opportunities for young players to play in the senior squad, the moment we buy £1 million players, the opportunity automatically diminishes. So yeah, heartbreaking, man, heartbreaking. Hey, Amit. Hey, Alex. Are you giving? Are you giving on this place? Are you giving up on this place? I mean, I have. Let's all get ready for the championship. We've got to live in hope, but hope can be a killer, man. Just keeping on that faint hope. Hope. Ah! No, I haven't given up on this place because not all the players are letting Arsenal down. Not all the players are letting Arsenal down. And so the message has to be fired over to Arteta. The players who are letting you down, easily just push them aside. The players who are fighting for the badge and for the club, play them. Play them. But no, I haven't given up on them. Lawrence says, are you able to read my comments? Yeah, I just have. Aziz, mark my words, the boy's gonna steal Arsenal fans' hearts when he gets his Premier League debut. Yes, I believe that as well. It's funny, I was looking at when he played against Dundalk, I was thinking, God damn me. What a player, man. What a player. There is a saying that if you're good enough, you're old enough. Again, I'm not like saying, oh, playing the whole game today or playing for the complete half, but give these guys just a few minutes. Let them sit on the bench. Let them see, oh my goodness, I'm part of the senior squad. Give them a few minutes, Mikel Arteta. It's not going to do any harm. We can't do any worse. Can't do any worse. I would bring Aaron Ramsey back. Is Gunners? We had a debate about that in the summer transfer window when we saw there was a possibility that Pirlo doesn't fancy Ramsey in his plans. Put out in a poll. You know what? It was like 70% of the subscribers said, no, we don't want Aaron Ramsey. And 20 odd said yes, and the others couldn't decide. So just fantasizing, really. But I'll say one thing for sure is, Gunners, that Ramsey is that type of player that we have been missing at Arsenal. The only time that I have almost cried was when we beat Denmark down the road 4-2. And you see Rambo, those, oh my goodness, man. But yeah, that Rambo type of player, the leg runs into the box, that's the kind of player that we're missing. I know there's been some comparisons between him and Emma Smith Rowe. I don't like to make the comparisons, but play Emma Smith Rowe. Play him. Use Gunners. Martinelli is not ready, and Arsenal's future next season. I just don't want Arteta to rush him back. But El Tel, the original Godfather, did say that it wouldn't surprise him if he was on the bench. I don't want to see Martinelli on the bench. No. Alex, could we Messi in the team and still go down? Could we have Messi in the team still go down? You like to ask these difficult questions, don't you? No, we wouldn't go down if we had Messi in the club. Yeah, if we put Messi in. Nah. No. I think we shouldn't replace Edu with Overmars, but instead bring Overmars to help him and Arteta maybe as a director of football. That's a good shout there. That's a good shout. Do you think Arsenal will win? Well, Arsenal could win. Arsenal could draw. Arsenal could lose. That's what I'm going to say to you. I'm not going to answer that question. You pays your money, you takes your pick. Great words, Cyril. Yeah. Thank you so much for those words there, Cyril. Really, really good. Arsenal is not performing well. Something needs to be done. This is the worst put across by Arsenal in a long time. Lawrence from Zambia. Lawrence, thank you for that. You're looking kind of serious in that photo there, man. Yeah, but we know. Right in this moment, Arsenal are in the mire. Yeah, they're in the doldrums. They're in no man's land. 15th position. 15th. But, when you supported Arsenal for a certain length of time, you see those peaks and troughs. So Arsenal are in a deep, deep trough. But thank you for coming back with your comment there, Lawrence. I hope you have subscribed to Cannon Point TV. Yeah, Aziz looks like a very exciting prospect. There are a few good academy players coming into the spotlight recently. And actually, we played against Leicester City last night, and Chambers and who else scored? Bellingham scored. If you could have one realistic transfer, who would you sign to Arsenal? Honestly, I would take back Martinez. I would buy back Martinez. Silence. I would take back Martinez. You know my thoughts about Martinez. Arsenal maybe could have tried a lot harder to keep him convincing, but then you would have had the situation, then maybe Leno might leave. Then if he wants to leave, let him leave. But for me, a question, I would buy back and sign Emi Martinez. On a bit serious note, Alex, do you think this is the worst since APL start since? Yes, it is. It is. The club is in disarray. It's the worst start. Even before then, we just avoided our worst run of results. Could have been 5 losses on the trot. Our worst in the club's history. But if it were not for a mazy run from Saka, not Saka. Sorry about that, people. The sneeze there. Yeah, we just avoided our worst run of results. If it were not for that slalom run from Saka, the little flick from Nketiah, and the goal by Aubameyang there. But yeah, it is the worst. It's the worst. Hi everyone, says Kent. Kent, is Liverpool playing today? I don't remember. Liverpool playing today. But thank you for coming in. Thank you very much. I'd bring back Don Howe, the one who was around Arsenal and understood what Arsenal means. Yeah. It was at a time when he was managing Arsenel, at a point where we were in the real doldrums. In God, my goodness, 70s and 80s, we won nothing. And someone was talking? It was another podcast I was listening to, and I was saying, even the Terry Neal days, and that's where I start. That's my history there, Terry Neal. when he managed Arsenal in the 70s, mid 70s, right up until the late 80s. And the podcasters were saying that they never got the impression that the players weren't trying. The players would run out and run their guts out and try and win, but they just were not good enough. Whereas with these players, they're not trying, they're not running. But yeah, Don Howe, that's a good shout, man. That's a really good shout. Maybe we should go back to playing Orba on the left wing, but put Lacazette up top, and maybe Pepe on the right wing. With the combination, the formation is one thing. Players, predominantly midfielders and attackers, will go off form. So it doesn't matter which formation you're playing, which formation you have there. If players are off form, it's just not going to work. So the question lies: do you stick with the formation? Because you've seen Alba's come off from the left wing for the last 2 seasons. He's been our top scorer for the last 2 seasons. And then the debate comes in, well, so why are we playing Alba on the left? Surely he should be starting from the central attacking position there. But he's been off form. But, I guess maybe anything is worth a try. But for me, it's a bit of a non-starter. If you got players off form, Lacazette is off form, Alba is off form. You saw Pepe come on. He was practically anonymous against Southampton. So what do you do? Do you stick with the players? Do you stick with the formation? Do you try and change the personnel? It's I tell you what, managing a club is not as simple as people think. Maybe he was thinking, oh yeah, I'll accept the offer from Arsenal. I know I am the cheapest option, but I can do something. Well, he did. He won the FA Cup, won a Community Shield, but now these players are just kind of revert back to type. Lazy, overprivileged players. You would ask your kid to go to Liverpool, surely. It's a tough one, man. Tough one. Real tough one because, Arsenal through and through, man. All my family are Arsenal supporters, man. And by natural effect, you'd want your daughter or son to, if the call did come, to play for Arsenal. But seeing how our youth players have been treated, not given the opportunity or small opportunities, I would find it really, really tough to say yes. Yeah, you can go and play for Arsenal. But what a question. What a question. Arteta is desperate, and he can't be if he plans to be a good manager for a long time. The only thing I'm going to say, Gary, is that he's learning serious lessons on his first managerial job, managing one of the biggest clubs in the country. There's a lot of pressure on his shoulders. It's not as simple as, yeah, okay, guys, we're going to be training. This is what the plan is going to be. Come game time, this is the formation. These are the players. There's a lot more. There's other hats to a manager. You've got to think about now the transfers, look at the injuries. He's got a big job on his shoulders. But like I said the other day, is he open enough to want to listen to somebody else's point of view? Is his mind open to want to hear another opinion from somebody else? I'm not so sure. I kind of get the impression that he's a little bit stubborn. Mine's not open. Just Graham and Patrick Vieira are both great picks. I think I would go for David Dean. Yeah. Though, as we have never since had anybody of boredom level who cares as much as the fans do. Yeah. I did. Yeah, we spoke about David Dean the other day, innit? The week before last about David Dean. And when you look at that, the situation that we are in currently, then you realize there's so many potholes, so many characters missing from the big Arsenal picture. David Deans, who had a hand in transfers, who would go and speak to the players before the game, speak to the players after the game. And he does say that the players were like his sons. Who does that now at a boredom level? Who does that? Nobody. George Graham never suffered falls gladly a real enforcer where the players were scared. The players were scared of him. Never suffered falls gladly. And Patrick Vieira, a captain, not a silent captain. I'm sure maybe his head will go down a few times, but he realized and understood after Tony Adams left, because he had a mentor in Tony Adams. He saw what it meant to have the characteristics to be a captain. So all those components there are missing at Arsenal. They're missing. Emi Buendia should be already signed. Hurry up, Arsenal! Why did William did not start last game? Shereen Gordon, to be honest, I'm glad he did not start. Glad he did not start. He hasn't brought anything to the table. He's only had one good game. One good game. And that was the first game of the season against my second favourite team, Fulham. But welcome, Shereen. Hope you're well. Pepe is better. Salah not starting for Arsenal today. I'm shocked. What's your prediction for the Liverpool game today? Who are Liverpool playing? Who are Liverpool playing? Can't you need to tell me? Who? But as days follows nights, I'm sure Liverpool will beat the team whoever they're playing. Just not when you're playing against Arsenal. Nope. To who? No to who? Do you think that Chelsea and Spurs have a better youth team and youth team to go first? I think they do. They do. And whoever saw the Easy Talk last week when we had Alex Stewart from the Athletic, brought a wonderful point. When there was the embargo placed on Chelsea, they couldn't buy any players because of the football fair play rules. It forced them to go and look in the academy and try and find diamonds in the rough. So I think they have a better pathway, a better transition for players coming from the youth setup into the first team. And you can see, where are they? Are they third or fourth? Spurs. I don't want to talk about Spurs, man. I don't want to talk about Spurs. Let's have a look here. Another thing that worries me a bit is due to the current form. We are going to panic buy. Yeah, I can see that coming. And bring some average players and waste money. I don't need any more William type or Pepe transfer types. William is a specialist. Shireen, at what in particular? Please tell me. Oh, I'm loving these debates with you, Shireen. Yeah, a specialist at what? I'll take Ramsey back, but not Alexis Sanchez. God, it's a difficult one, man. God, dearie me. I think you're probably only saying that because of how Sanchez left, and he was a bit of a divisive character. Is that right? It was Gunners. Do you think Chelsea is capable of winning the EPL? And yes, they are. Yes, they are. They're better equipped. They spent millions in the transfer window. Yes, they are. And they I mean, all clubs in the top five clubs have an equal opportunity, but not so Arsenal. Not so Arsenal. Ray from Arsenal Fan Circle. I'm still waiting for your bucket challenge. What's the challenge? You told me like the best part of like a month ago that you're going to come up with the details of the challenge. Everyone's probably thinking, what is Alex talking about? Well, last season we had a challenge, Channel 42 versus Arsenal Fan Circle, and whoever got the most points with the predictions would win, and the loser would have to go through the audacious ice bucket challenge. So, Ray, tell me, what is the challenge for this season? What's up, Alex? Arsenal football feels good. It does. I said it last night. I said, oh, we're back to playing on Saturdays. Oh, that feels good. But the evenings, whatever happened to the 3 p.m. kickoff on a Saturday? You've got playing football on Monday nights, Monday afternoons, Tuesday nights, Tuesday afternoons, Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, Sundays. Whatever happened to those traditional Saturday 3 p.m. kickoff time, man? Money. That's what happened. That's what happened. We lose a draw, Alex. I'm not falling for that one, man. I'm not going to fall for that one. We need to string some results together. This Premier League games are so unpredictable today. Ray, let me quickly show you. Well, you would probably already know anyway. Let me just bring up the fixture list. Right. So today we've got Everton away. On the 26th, we've got Chelsea at home, and then we've got Brighton away. I'm just thinking, where can we string some results together, Ray? Where? Where? We can't see the wood through the trees right now. Can't see it. Can't see it. You know, back in the day, I used to think, oh, yeah, let me look into the future. Ha! I say, okay, we can maybe in January we can get these points and we can nick a point from here and get a win from here. Nah, no, Lordy. Game by game basis. Game by game basis. Let's not lose sight of what's in front of us. But I'm just thinking, Red, where can we string a little run together? I can't see it. I can't see it, unfortunately. But thank you for coming in, my friend. Thank you. Would you have Ox back? No, no. Too injury prone. Too injury prone. No, I wouldn't have the Ox back. One of recent signing Gio Reyna. Nah, unrealistic. Won't happen, mate. Won't happen. Won't happen. Buy back Martinez. I can hear a pin drop. Yeah. I don't have an audience here anyway. I was thinking, yeah, Martinez back. Why not, man? Why not? Why not? So I have to go. Okay, yeah, no problem. But make sure you come in for the post-game reaction, Brian. Thank you so very much for becoming a member and for sending me that little bit of donation there. I don't drink beer, I drink wine, but thank you for the donation there. You know, my friend, have a good day, and hopefully we'll catch up later on today for the post-game reaction. Let's hope we have more positive things to talk about in the post-game show. To all, have a good day. Take care. Take care. Oh, DS, that would make my heart pump again. See? Oh, guys, I wanted both keepers at the club this season and at Emmy to be starting. Lowe, the Comso Lowe says at Arsenal. What's going on with Arsenal, my team that I know? A lot of things going on, my friend. A lot of not good things. Not good things. Big up Alex and the stream. Thank you, my friend. I'm a very big Chelsea fan. No, really? I would never have guessed it. Would you like to take back and buy back Willian? Sure, make me laugh. Stephen says Alba is back. Oh, Crystal Palace. Oh, my goodness. I don't like other teams to be doing us favors. We got ourselves in this position, and as much as we have the rivalry with them down the roads, yeah, to make sure them lot don't get back on top spot. Make sure you do the business, Kent. Make sure you beat Crystal Palace. Yeah. Prediction 3-1. 3-1. Great to see the assembled. Yes, it is. I'm gonna to beat the heck out of Arsenal on Boxing Day. Come on, you Blues, Shireen. I'll be waiting for you. I'll be waiting for you, Shireen. It's clear Alba from the left affords more goals for the team. It does. It's not as easy as just swapping him from the wing and putting him, in the center. It's not as easy as that, is it? It's not as easy as that. Trin is standing at the cauldron with a big. Oh, I'm saying nothing. I'm saying nothing. But also farms in Africa, in Liberia, we died from oh, wow, okay. I'm saying nothing. Last few games, the pressure has shown on Arteta and the team But he did say, Ray, in his press conference, that he always feels the pressure. He's always feeling the pressure on his shoulders. But the team look like they're lacking so much confidence. And so that's why I said, with the Europa League, if we can use that as a way of gathering momentum and confidence, then so be it. So be it. But the team are lacking so much confidence, man. Oh, my goodness. Hey up! Power to the people! Wait, Wolfie! let's have tonight. Also, rumors going around about Overmars taking over from Edu. From a good source of mine, James Rowe, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. They're not happy with the money spent on Willian. We spent money on Willian. Goodness, when was the great Joseph Ploy to drop a wrench in the Arsenal works? Sadly, it has worked. Yeah, yeah, they saw us coming, man. They saw us coming. Imlak, my friend, says that it's just you can't peel your skin, and then you can't leave from Arsenal. yeah. But the players really makes me sick, and I never watch the games till the final whistle. Oh my goodness! Don't let them do that to you, man. Don't let Arsenal do that to you. Got to watch the club. Got to support the club through the good times and the bad times. Right about now, there's too many bad times. The movings of the club in recent months from dodgy rumours seems like they may happen. Free kicks! Willian is a specialist in free kicks. Well, not for Arsenal. Not for Arsenal, he ain't. He hasn't scored for Arsenal. Can't go past players, can't cross the ball, can't take free kicks. He's not a specialist. He's a specialist in failure. That sounds familiar, doesn't it? A specialist in failure. Oof. Martial playing for the under-23s tonight? Tonight? Last night? Last night, you mean? Last night. Amit, that's how Arsenal... Alex got his new tag. Come on, man. Come on. Arteta out, cannon in. Come on. But I tell you what, like I said before, if I was the manager, I would do a George Graham on them, man. Pow! Don't want you there. You've been talking about the previous manager. You did that. Whap! Yeah, I don't want you at Arsenal. Kaboom! I don't want you. Yeah, get out. Get out Arsenal. I'll do a George Graham if I was the manager, man. But I'm not Arteta out. Kapow! Whap! To string results together, yes, it looks bleak to grab points, but this is why games are played on the field and not on paper. Yeah. It's funny. I had this debate the other day, comparing the Burnley players, player for player. Arsenal, we've got better players, but it's on the field of play that matters most. And I've long since forgot about subscribing to Arsenal's YouTube channel there, watching all the players laughing and joking on training ground. And even Lundberg come out the other day and said, "Oh, Nico, in training, he's always scoring in training." Forget that. In training, do it on the pitch. If he's always scoring, show me on the pitch. David Keefe says, "Great show, mate. If Arsenal lose today, is Arteta finished? I hope not. He just needs to be changing the ingredients that he's making in the cakes. The taste of the cakes he's making is disgusting. He keeps choosing the same ingredients. Stop playing these same players. The performance of these players is disgusting. Like the cake that he's making there. Change the ingredients, change the personnel, and then you might get a better taste in the cake." But in regards to is he finished, the board, Edu has said this week that they're going to back Arteta. So he's not finished. Getting new players in January is going to be difficult, as no one wants to join us because of how bad we're playing at the moment. I disagree. I think Arsenal are still an attractive option. Look, we've got Thomas Partey. We've got, Gabriel. Yeah, we're still an attractive option. We're on Europe still. Players want to play. Players want to win trophies. Well, most of them do anyway. But yeah, at the moment, we're in Europe, and most players want Champions League. we don't. We're not deserving to be in the Champions League yet. We're so off that mark there. So off it. Don Arsenal says Alex Arteta out yet? No, he's still here, as far as I know. And looks like Bellerin is back and Bellingham watching from home. I'm afraid so. I'm afraid so. Do we trust Project Youth? I do. I do. What have we got to lose? Can't get any better, can it? Can't get any better. If we are to play Willian, should we play him in attacking midfield position? Yes. Yes. But I don't want him to take corners. I don't want him to take free kicks. But I scored last night against again, man. And so did Chambers as well. Chambers scored as well last night. That's why you're not Arteta out. Oh, don't ask. So I've explained why. I explained why. You know, the moment a new coach or a new manager comes in, the dynamics changes again. He'd automatically want players out. He would automatically choose certain players. The dynamics changes. And then what's going to happen? The fan base, after he starts to lose maybe 2, 3, 4 games on the bounce, oh, we want him out. We need continuity at Arsenal. Nothing's going to be solved if we sack Arteta at this point in time. So, like I wanted Unai Emery in, it was the players who got him sacked. They're down tools. I wanted Unai Emery to stay at Arsenal. So the same way I want him in, and like I've supported all the managers at Arsenal, I'm supporting Mikel Arteta. But I'm not going to stop criticising him. I'm going to pick up on the points where he went wrong and where the things that he should have done right. But I'm not Arteta out. I'm not Arteta out. All right, Gary, behave yourself. Uncle Alex, have a good day. Oops. So I can run through this very, very quickly before I wrap up this one. Oops. I'm not even watching the game tonight. I can't even listen to the radio. Ah, come on, man. Come on. The biggest thing that will hurt us today is if Bellerin starts. And Willian as well. I trust the project, youth, but they must be selected to play regularly. Do you think players today could handle a George Graham? Nah. No way. No way. I tell you. Could they handle? Can't they handle the truth? You can't handle the truth. Or Alex Ferguson type with them on the whole being such snowflakes. They wouldn't be able to handle that, man. I tell you what, the moment they see George Graham come over the hill, they'll be on the phone. Hey, agent, George Graham is about to land. I want out of here. Nah. Like I said, snowflakes, man. They'll be running for the hills, man. I don't want to be managed by George Graham. I'm enjoying life here. I don't have to lift a finger. I don't have to run. Nah. They won't be able to handle a George Graham or much less a Alex Fergie. Oh, that's a good comment actually there, man. I like that. I'm not even going to comment on that one. That's a funny one. Players get to continue their company lifestyle, and if they turf out another manager, yeah. No. We've got to stick by Mikel Arteta. The quicker we sack Arteta, the better we can get to keep Saka, Bellingham, Tierney, and Aziz. But what's that going to solve? We're going to be in a revolving door every 18 months. Oh, we're not happy with the manager. Oh, we've got to get him out. How can you have stability when every 4 to 5 games we instantly ask for the manager to be sacked? How are we going to have stability? No. Don't also behave yourself. Oh, Casino player 12. 15th and no Arteta out. So much red cards. Where's the discipline? Yeah, we spoke about it last night. There's no discipline. No discipline, man. We're going to miss Gabriel for 1 game. If we are still 15th in February, something must change then. So Alex, at what stage are you going to be Arteta out in the Championship? If and when he falls on his sword, it won't be of anything that I've said. It'll be down to the board. Period. You've got to support the manager. Got to support the manager for the good times and the bad times. You can't be like, oh yeah, he won the FA Cup, oh the Community Shield, and on a penny, you want him out, you want him sacked. He's only had one transfer window, Don Arsenal. One frigging transfer window. You got to give him time. You've got to give the bloke time. Now we can debate, he's inexperienced. Like I like to debate that. But right here, right now, he's with Arsenal. He's still got the deadwoods from under Unai Emery's reign and a bit from Arsene Wenger. What do you expect him to do? Pep Guardiola, Klopp couldn't get much from these players. You've got to support the manager. Brennan won't be able to play football and modelling assets. If you could put money on today's game, what would you say? Casino player. I would say you got three outcomes: win, lose, or draw. That's what I would say. I'm not falling for that, Alex. That's a serious club. You don't need stability to win trophies, and that is an instant fix. That is an instant fix. Again, oh my goodness, he won the FA Cup. We won a trophy. Oh, he won a Community Shield. That's an instant fix for a long-term problem. To solve that long-term problem, you have to look for stability. You have to back the manager. Give him a few more windows. Give him the opportunity to have his own players, and then we can judge him. But you're telling me, he's lost like 3-4 games, and you want the extreme? You want him to be sacked? What happens if Allegri comes in and he too starts to lose 3-4 games on a bounce? Do you also ask him for to be sacked? Back in the day, we've got George Graham in. He starts to lose 3 or 4 games. Do you also ask him to be sacked? Doesn't make any sense to me. Doesn't make any sense. Everton and Chelsea, these games come at the worst time. Yeah, all the games come at the worst time. There are no givens there. Actually, you can't water a seed if you foresee not bearing any fruit. But you must first have the fruit, the seed. You have to have the seed first. Yeah, so whether the seed is an idea or it's a manager with some ideas, you've got to have the seed first. Yeah, and the watering and the soil is nurturing the seed. And for me, that is time. Time and action and the idea. But you have to have the idea. The idea is the seed. And so if you don't give the idea, any water or any light, how do you expect it to grow into, a fully fledged apple tree? To each time, oh my goodness, yeah, the seed, I'm not going to give it time. I'm going to take it out from the soil. And that's what we're doing. Yeah, make the comparisons. The seed is Mikel Arteta. And every time, we're waiting after like one day, there's no flower. After one day, we'll take out the seed, we'll throw the seed out. You've got to give the seed time. You've got to nurture the seed with soil, water, and light. Don't go there with me, man. Don't go there with me. True that, but we can't end up in Championship. Arteta go by Kula from Bordeaux as a decent CAM. I could give you so many stories to try and give you a different perspective. You imagine when you go to a hotel, you booked in, you say, the room was fantastic, nice and clean. But it wasn't like that before. It was a mess. Somebody had to go in there and clear the mess, change the bed seats, wash the floors, wash the tables, clean the toilets. And right about now, Arsenal is that mess. And we need someone to come in there and clean that mess. The mess doesn't get cleaned up automatically and instantly. It takes time. The cleaner has to come in, prepare the products, take off the bed sheets, get the rag to clean the floor, put the disinfectant in the toilet. It doesn't happen instantly like that. It happens over a period of time. And that's what's happening at Arsenal. Things have to be so bad before they can get better. The opposites. I think I have to wrap this one up, guys. Gonna say a win today. All right, okay, good. Good for that. Bellerin starts. Arteta seriously throws gasoline on his own fire, and then so be it. Then he'll fall on his own sword. But I'm not gonna sit here and say I am Arteta out. Got to give the guy a chance. One transfer window. One ringing transfer window. Chelsea didn't need stability to be better over the past 15 years. Do you know what the biggest difference in that situation there is? The biggest difference? Chelsea has an owner who will dip in the money, who cares about the club, who cares about his investment. KSE don't really care what's going on at Arsenal. They're just using Arsenal as a cash cow. That is the biggest difference there. Over the last 15 years, isn't it awful that the same players that let Wenger, Emery, and now Arteta out continue in this team? Reassuring issue is that the recruitment of Tierney, Partey, Gabriel, and the kids shows some fight and some light as well. Thank you for that, David. Alex, we've been watering that seed for the past 50. Arteta hasn't been here for 15 years. We're talking about Arteta. We need a janitor. All right, so the wise one. We are not worthy. We are not worthy. We need a janitor. We expected that habitual bad decisions are mounting. What do you expect from an inexperienced manager? What do you expect? Do you think he was going to walk on water or something? No. No. And it's going to be more of the same. More of the same because he's learning on the job. I didn't employ Mikel Arteta. He wasn't my choice. It was the board's choice. So we've got him. Let's try and support him. Period. Let's try and water the plant rather than trying to take out the seed. Yeah, you only gave it a little bit of water, one drop, and you expect like it to go into a big oak tree. It doesn't happen like that. Over a period of time. Don Arsenal. I'm supporting our club. I just have to see the learning curve happening. It's a steep learning curve, man. Steep learning curve. But is he being aided by his players? No, he's not. Why is he picking his players? I have no idea. Should he choose other players? Yes, he should. Yes, he should. Yes, Arteta will fail picking Bellerin, Saka, and William in particular. I hope he changes his ways. He needs to. Because like I said before I wrap this one up, that cake he's been making, the ingredients that he's been using to make the cake is still disgusting. It's disgusting. What does he need to do? Change the ingredients to get a better tasting cake. Change the personnel. Maybe change the formation, choose different players. But that cake, the taste is disgusting. I hate that cake. I believe I've come to an end on this morning's segment of live. I was hoping to have a guest, but the guest hasn't turned up. I'm not going to tell you who it was. But guys, make sure you subscribe to Canafoy TV. Really, really enjoyed this morning's segment. It wasn't a rant. That wasn't a rant. And I'm actually outside the old Ivory Stadium with my T-shirt on. I will be back in 7 hours. 7 hours time to give you the post-game reaction. Yeah, guys, make sure you subscribe to Canafoy TV because if you don't, you're going to miss everything. And I don't want you to miss everything. I don't. Also, I want to give a big shout out to each and every one, whether you're watching live now and you've become a member, or you have subscribed a newly subscriber, and if you've made a donation, I want to say a big thank you to each and every one of them. I can see the numbers are going even higher, but I've got to stop now. We've always said that there could never ever be a Canon 42 if it was not for each and every one of you, and I mean that most sincerely, guys. And we can, I can do like my pre-recorded stuff. I can show you like the behind the scenes footage, but it doesn't mean anything if you don't come over and you subscribe or at least spend a few minutes with us. And that means the world to each and every one of us on Canon 42 TV, whether you've appeared on the panel, or you've been on the Easy Talk, or you've spoken to me, you've seen me in person. Each and every one of you, it means so much to us on Canon 40 TV. And above and beyond making a donation or buying merchandise there, when I see the words mean so much to me. How you saying, Canon 40 TV is the best thing since sliced bread. It's going onwards and upwards, and we want you, Alex, as the manager. That's going a bit too far. But as much as the words can elevate a person, the negative words, the horrible words, can bring people down. Words and thoughts are things. So be mindful of the words that you use, because I've seen some really silly comments the other day when I had Terry, LTL, the original Godfather, in a live chat, people arguing and fighting and using vulgar language there. I've said, and I want to continue saying this, I've got my mum who watches me sometimes. I've got my kids, I've got my wife, a lot of people watching me. So it makes sense for us to make sure the content is family friendly. What does that mean? That means that anyone can watch it without being fearful of, oh my goodness, people fighting, people using vulgar language. I'm not going to have that. I'm not going to have that. And so my moderators, they know what to do. If they see that, they will bar. You'll be barred for life. If they miss it and I pick up on it, you'll be barred for life. Period. We've made a request to see to have Edu on Canon 40 TV. We're still waiting. They have responded by saying, no, if it's of any use, they will contact me personally. I haven't heard anything yet. So if they give access, if they're thinking about giving Edu to us as where it's going to be pre-recorded or a live segment, what do you think is the first thing they're going to do? They're going to look at the content. And so if they see people fighting or using vulgar language, are they going to want to give access to Edu? No, they're not. They're not. So I go back to the main point I want to make it. Thank you so very much to each and everyone who's taken the time, the moment, give us a thumbs up and also the thumbs down, put on the positive comments and negative comments, because we want you to tell us how we can improve the viewers' experience on Canon 40 TV. But above and beyond that, I want to say thank you on behalf of my brother Ralph, who has his Wednesday afternoon segment, The Voice of Reason, our moderators Monty and David, and everyone else as well who's ever appeared on Canon 40 TV. I will be back in 7 hours' time to give you the post-game reaction, Everton versus Arsenal. And if by chance you've been wondering who or what you've been listening to, well, you've been listening to Cannon Fodder, the channel